week of spiritual wellness. I hadn't really been looking forward to it, to be honest with you. Not that I was dreading it, just I hadn't really thought about it either way. The physical, mental, and emotional wellnesses, I could better understand that they would have some concrete information that would be really valuable. Whereas spiritual, I guess I just sort of thought it might be a little fluffy or intangible. Also, I heard mixed reviews from other students who had taken it. There seemed to be either a love-hate relationship with the course material. And now I can officially say, after completing my first week, that the end of the love-hate spectrum on which I now find myself is love. Love, love, love. 100%. And far from being fluffy, the course content is aimed at helping us to counsel individuals who are struggling with what their life purpose is. And in the process of studying this information, we ourselves get to discover what our life purpose might be, which is something that I have been trying to do on my own for the last 30 years anyway, so I don't know why I wasn't looking forward to this. My instructor has said by the end of the 6 weeks, the goal will be for each of us to have a clearer idea of what our life purpose is and be able to answer the question that almost everybody has asked themselves, which is, who am I? So intangible, yes, I suppose that assumption was correct, but certainly not fluffy. Life purpose is dense business, and I am bought in. I want to know who I am and why I'm on this earth. Although, from what I have been able to gather from the first 4 days of course material is that who I am and why I am here ultimately is up to me. Like authentic me, real me is the only one who really knows what my purpose is. Unless, of course, I choose to subscribe to a particular spiritual belief in God or an alien creator or some other higher power that has given me life with a particular set of skills, traits, and characteristics designed to help me fulfill a particular task. Although even if I do believe that, or you believe that, I personally don't expect that my creator will be scheduling an exclusive face-to-face with me anytime soon to communicate their particular agenda with my life. In which case, it's still up to me at some point to determine or at least interpret what my purpose is. So we talked a lot this week about what we think in terms of religion and or spirituality, whether we think those are one and the same or how we would define those for ourselves. I personally was raised Anglican. I did go to church growing up. My favorite part of going to church was always being in the nativity pageant every year. I was usually a barn animal of some kind, although one year I had the best role. I had the most lines. I got to be Angel Gabriel. Although in 1989, my little sister was newborn and she got to be baby Jesus, which she didn't have any lines, but arguably that is the most prized role in the nativity pageant. So I guess she one-upped me there. Anyways, I stopped going to church when I was in my teens, and then throughout my 20s, I was in search for something else to believe in and to really help me discover and define who I was, because I was a little lost at the time. I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, and I kept changing jobs, and I was quite restless for about 10 years. So I did a lot of soul searching because I do believe that I have a soul. And I decided that I do believe in some sort of higher power, whether it is God or the universe or just energy. I don't really know exactly what it is, but I do believe that there is something out there that is greater than myself. However, I have chosen not to subscribe to a particular creation myth or theory of evolution, but we did learn about this one theory that exists where apparently we evolved from sea creatures as opposed to apes, which I kind of like because when I was a little kid I always really wanted to be a mermaid, so perhaps that was my ancient ancestors, coming up inside of me. I also had a really big thing for Disney's The Little Mermaid. It was released when I was 5 years old and I used to brush my hair with a fork, so it could have also just been that. What I realized from all that though was during my soul searching I constantly was looking for external resources and validation to tell me who I was. I went to tarot card readers, psychics, mediums, astrologers. I even started taking a whole bunch of personality tests to see if academia could give me a little bit of insight. So my tendency was to look for something or someone else to tell me who I was and what I should do. Honestly, I don't have any regrets for many of that. I had a lot of fun and I did take a little bit away from each of those experiences, but what I realized I was missing is that I never just looked inside myself for any of the answers. And from what I understand, that is what I'm going to get to do in spiritual wellness over these coming weeks. So I'm really excited about it. That's all I have for you today, though, for a little lesson with a touch of insight. So stay tuned. If I have any major revelations over the coming weeks, I will be sure to share them here. Take care. I will see you next week.